Hello everybody, welcome on in. How are we doing today? Hello. Alrighty, my friends, welcome on in. Hi, how are we doing? What's going on? Endlessly Tay, thank you for the 4 months, appreciate ya. Carrie, hi. Violet Chewy, what's going on? Hey Code Gamer, what's up? JJ Bird, saw you at the first. Welcome on in. Country Bell, hi. McClaw, hello. Miss May, what's up? Hi everybody.
Pleased to meet
What's up,
you.
nerd?
Hi, fWhip.
Hey Tweak. Hi Potato. Hello. Oh, Tweak, also thank you for the 13 months, my dude. Hi. JC, Binksy, how we doing? Hello. Meowdy. How we doing? First time in stream, well, come on in, good to have you. Let me turn this down. The last track was not bumping as hard as this one, so we can touch that down just a little bit. Best way to spend the day while sick? Ooh, Atomic Kitty, I hope you feel better soon. Just checked and I'm 2 months away from my 2-year anniversary. Bree, that's amazing. Thank you for almost 2 years. How's the weather there? Not super cold and rainy. It's like in the high 40s right now, so you know, for other people, this is probably like what you're hoping for.
Hi.
Addison, thank you so much for the 6 months. Why is YouTube actively subtitling the stream? You can turn it off, like subtitles on and off any video, but YouTube built subtitles in for live streams for English, which is really cool because it's an accessibility feature, but you can turn it on and off if you'd like. 20th time in stream. Nice. Welcome back, memes. Hello, Ninja. Thank you so much for the gift membership. Hi, how we doing? How can I find the music you're playing? Everything I use is from Epidemic Sounds. It's a website that you can pay to get. You can pay, and then you won't get copyright for using the music. Just got a new car yesterday. Ooh, what'd you get? Like super fancy Lamborghini or something, I'm sure. It's always raining in the UK. I'm not in the UK. But if you're in the UK and it's raining there, then yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the UK, a lot of the UK, has a very, very similar climate to where I live, minus that we have actual mountains. I don't really think the UK has real, like, the UK has like small mountains, but they don't have like a real mountain range, you know? How much electricity does the AI that makes the subtitles take? It's probably a script, not an active AI, so not much. It's finally positive temperatures. Oh my gosh, Liz, put on your swim trunks and head on outside. Go enjoy, get the sun tanning going. Rabbit, thank you so much for the 22 months. Home with sick kids. Ooh, but now they get to see their first fWhip stream. Ooh, no, I'm kidding. I hope they feel better. UK's big hills. Yeah. Scotland has sort of mountains, but not quite like the Rockies. Yeah. I live by the Cascades, so we're not quite the Rockies, but the Cascades are also there. We got some real mountains here. We got one of the 7 summits in Washington, so you know.
Pleased to meet you.
We got mountain.
Can't believe it's been over 3 years already. Hi, from the cold
Mallow.
winter in northern Norway.
Mallow, thank you for the 41 months as a mega fan. I really do appreciate you. Hello. Hope you're having a lovely day. The Lizard. True. Yeah, we there's this like local t-shirt company that makes these t-shirts that are just so, I really want to get one. I haven't got one yet. If anybody here is from Seattle, you probably know of the Mountain Day. Like, there's like memes that go around of like, it's a mountain day today, where it's like, if the sky is clear enough, you can see the mountains. Like, you can see all the way down to Mount Rainier, which is fun to be like, just, it's a huge mountain. It's one of 7 summits. But then there's another mountain to the north, is Mount Baker. And then there's also, I'm blanking on the third one. I think they just kind of count the Cascades or the Olympics in there for the 3. Because we have 2 mountain ranges, east and west, and then we have Mount Baker to the north, and we have Mount Rainier to the south. So we have a lot. Everywhere you look, there's mountains. But there's these t-shirt that's just like, it's a mountain day, and it's like a super big smiley face. Or then you can get one that's, it's a double mountain day. You can assume where the mountains are positioned on the shirt. And then there's one that's like, there's a 3 mountain day, and like, they're just such goofy t-shirts, but like, I really want one. They're so funny. But yeah. Scotland's mountains were joined with the Appalachian Range at one point, so they have old mountains, not young ones like the Rockies. Yeah, the Rockies are just those little millennial mountains over there, so young. No, but like thinking of like actual numbers wise, yeah, they are pretty young. Ohio has neighboring states with mountains. We're within driving distance.
Pleased
True,
to
true,
meet
true,
you.
true, true. Miss living in Washington. I do love it.
Hi, fWhip.
I do love
Hi,
this state.
chat.
Miss Scooby, thank you so much for the 25 months. Hi, how you doing? People live without mountains. I forget this. I know we can't remember where I was, and I just remember like looking at the skyline and being like, it's just flat all the way around you. It's just flat. Like, oh, it was like the one time I went to the Midwest. We were up in Michigan, I think. I guess is Michigan considered the Midwest? I don't know. But anyways, we were there, and I was like, there's just like, if you get on top of a hill, you could, which was not a very big hill. It was like maybe 10 minutes to walk up to the top of it. It was just flat everywhere. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. Midwest is flat. It is, yeah. It is. Sorry. How do you navigate? I don't know, man. I know my directions based off the mountains. No mountains in Florida. Yeah. They've all got worn down by all the hurricanes and everything. I live in a valley that we call a fishbowl because every direction you look, there's mountains. I have some family members that live in a valley in Montana that they are like, and Montana has pretty big mountains, on the western side of it. And they live in one of the valleys there in a small town where in the winter, the sun will come up at like 8 a.m. or so and go down about 4 p.m. But where they live, because the mountains are so tall, they don't actually get sunlight in the valley for the entire town till like 11:30, and then it goes away at about 2 p.m. So because the mountains are so tall of the little bowl that they sit in, that they get like, they lose 4 hours of daylight every single day during the winter because of like just the angle of the sun and everything. And I'm like, not for me, man. Not for me. Do any mountains here inspire mountains, or just go with the flow if it looks cool? No, a lot of my mountains that I build in Minecraft are based off of the Cascades. I can see them out my window actually. So, not today. It's a little overcast today it's rainy. So, but yeah, a lot of the landscaping that I do just in general is inspired off of the landscapes in Washington. And Washington to me geographically is just such a cool state because you have the west side. West of the Cascade Mountains is very, very green and lush because there's a big rain shadow that all the mountains stop. So you get all the rain over here. And then out on the Olympic Peninsula, there's full-on rainforests because of so much rain out there around the Olympic Mountains. And then you get to eastern Washington, which is from Seattle, is only like an hour and a half drive with traffic. And you get over there and you get outside of the mountains and it's full flat land and just rolling hills and very highland desert. And it's just all the variety. And then you have like big river gorges carved through all the way over there. It's really, really pretty. I really love the state. If anybody wasn't too sure on that already. I live near the Appalachian. I went to Myrtle recently. It was so cool. I've never been out there. Actually, I don't think I've been to the Appalachians much at all. Really want to visit the PNW and the temperate rainforest. Yeah, the coast, and I really want to go to... It has a great name. Cape Disappointment. Is this place out on the coast that is like foggy for over 300 days of the year. And it's just... There's like, it's so caked in on the fog. Like if you've seen Twilight and you see how much fog that they have out in the air, like multiply that, like double the amount of fog in that. And that's Cape Disappointment. And it's like a 2-hour hike to get out to it. But if you can catch it in one of the windows where there is no fog there, it's it was not as disappointing as they said. Yeah, I was gonna say if you can get out there when it's clear or even semi-clear, it's like one of the most beautiful places, and just like an absolutely gorgeous coast. So like I that's like one of my goals if I really want to get out there and go see it. I didn't know they named a whole cape after me. I'm so honored. Oh no. Utah's amazing. Lived there for 3 years in Moab area. It's amazing. It's not fun for me people-wise though. Yeah, I've driven through parts of Utah a few times. Seeing the Salt Lakes was really cool, and like seeing like but yeah, I feel like I could go. I'm not a skier, so I don't really have anything drawing me to Utah at all. Don't come unless you love the great outdoors, but if you love outside, we have a place for you. Fair. I live in Honolulu. There aren't any mountains, at least not that I've seen. Honolulu, I mean, technically all of Hawaii, I guess each island is a volcano, but a volcano, is a volcano technically a mountain? Like, would they be in the same thing? I'm sure we have a geologist in here somewhere. Brooklyn, thank you so much for becoming a supporter. I really appreciate it. But like, because all of the Hawaiian islands are like giant volcanoes, whether they're active or dormant, but like that's how they stick up. So if you go to the seafloor, they're pretty much mountains off of the seafloor. So a volcano is a type of mountain, yes. Okay, I didn't know if there was like Mount St. Helens is a volcano. Yeah, Mount Rainier is also a volcano, and there's a glacier on top of it too. Hawaii is the mountains. Yeah, the entire island is a mountain. Was doing a sarcasm. Fair. I live in the UK. I want to know what it's like to live in the US. Depends. The US is. We're gonna very much avoid political events responding to that. But the US is one of the places that is so different based off where you live. Even to the people, to the environment, to everything. Like, it's very different. Like, the Midwest is flat, very rural. There's some big cities throughout it. And like not too much, like it's like all rolling hills and farmland and everything. Like you can drive all the way through Nebraska and you won't see a mountain, and it's like 6 hours something to drive across the state. And then you can go to other places that like Colorado or Washington where there's giant mountain ranges that run through the entire thing. Or you can go to the East Coast, like East Coast versus West Coast and North, South, there's like, even within like states, there's so many pockets of what it's like to live in all those different places that like, it's so different to compare. Like for me, I've spent a lot of my life on the West Coast, between Washington, Oregon, and California. And even if you go into California, which is one state, but like if you go to Northern California to like San Francisco and the Bay Area and all that stuff, completely different than going to Southern California for like LA and all of that. And then you even go farther south down to San Diego, and that still feels way different. But yeah, you can find a place in the US that works for you, which is cool. All that fun stuff. Unique. The US is unique in that the entire country basically has most of the biomes you can find in the worldwide. Yeah. It's very unique in that, just basically by the size of the US and how much land. Because even if you think about like in the 50 states, like you also have Alaska and you have Hawaii, which are so different from anywhere else in the US. And then if you count all like the territories, like isn't Guam and Puerto Rico and all those like are US territories that are basically full citizens and should be. But and like, so even when you start into there, like you get into full on tropical everything anywhere, and it's pretty crazy. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. America is just large biome Minecraft. No, America is just, they just built a really, really big claim compared to the other countries. But, my friends, speaking of really, really big claim, this is Minecraft, is it not? It looks so great right now. I don't know why it's been doing this recently. There it is. It's like the source isn't being recognized in Meld every once in a while. I don't know why. Here we are in the Nether. Like the stream if you have not already. Click the little cheeky like button over on the YouTube. Helps me out a ton. I really appreciate y'all. I haven't done any digging out here since last time because I have been working on other video things. But today, didn't we already line it out? We did, yeah. So we need to dig that line all the way. Oh, well, I need to get up there. Wee. We're gonna go all the way over here. Oh, no, I'm not gonna go all the way over there. Not like this. Not like this! We got a big chunk to dig today. Which is very unfortunate. Purple warning. Well, actually, not that bad. Okay, so we need to take it all the way back to that gap there. Okay, that's nice to have an actual feature that we can... I don't need this. Cool. YouTube friends, we got almost 400 people in here. We're at 200 likes right now, so click the like button if you can. Helps me out a ton with getting the stream moving and everything. An old tunnel! Secret tunnel! Wow. Okay. Let's go get shulker boxes before I forget. Nope. We also need to take this railroad down. So we'll have to do that soon. Oh, we've got some empty boxes. When do I stop saving netherrack? That's the real question.
Pleased to meet you.
That's some big digging. Yeah, we've been digging. Gore Gutter Forge. They give it a 35 months, my dude. Now. You stop saving it now, fWhip. Stop hoarding. Secret exit. It's just a vertical tunnel. Oh, I came through a little while ago and spawn-proofed everything up here. I still think I need to get a little bit of this spawn-proofing done, but I'm very happy that I did it. You stop saving netherrack when you have 64 double chests of shulker boxes full of it, because then you never need to mine it again, right? That's the goal. So we've got some out here. Let's... Actually, this is all non-nether rack. This is all other nether. Other nether. Ooh, empty. Let's go see how much we have. If you should use a fortune pick, it'll get repaired by the quartz. I like saving the quartz ore because I use that for building more, since I can get quartz itself from bartering. Okay. That will be... That's a chest of shulkers of netherrack. I say we do another 9 shulkers of netherrack, and that gives me a very solid amount of it, as we will definitely have to do more clearing later. I actually use netherrack decently, so if I can have it enough stored up to where I will not need to ever mine it again, really, like, I'll be pretty happy. That'll be very nice. I get lost in my forever world already. I can't imagine one this size. Yeah, I play in it consistently enough that I know I know my way around it. I'm logged into this world every single day. If you think about it. Actually, that's a lie. I'm logged into this world 5 to 6 days a week. Even whether it's just an hour or two, or whether it's even like the creative copy of it, like I'm logged into this world. Can you imagine a project where you use a chest worth of netherrack? Yeah. I like making red buildings, so yeah. Okay, there's almost one. There's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, that's gonna be all the netherrack that we save. After that, we will just leave it behind. Yep. You aware that chat is covering the totem? Yeah, chat normally is at the top, but in creative streams I move it down. Thank you for the reminder. I mean, do y'all need to see the totem? Would you reset your forever world or move to another spot in your forever world if you have a part of the world that you really dislike? Basically, I start building a city next to my old base and it stands out really roughly. How much space in between are we talking, Valen? Could you put some trees? Could you put a tall, like 2 or 3 thick forest that just runs the distance between them of like tall spruce pine trees? Or what was going to be my first suggestion that Amanda Lynn said is, could you fit a mountain between it? Because then suddenly what looks like it's really close together is not so close together because there's a big mountain. The nether bricks. I do like building with nether bricks. I want to do it more. You prefer we watch stream on YouTube or Twitch? Wherever works best for you. That's why both are options. I think technically, ad revenue wise, I get more off of YouTube viewers, but it's like a quarter of a penny. So I don't care. If you prefer the Twitch environment and your emotes over there and all that fun stuff, use Twitch. If you prefer YouTube for a little bit more chill environment, use YouTube. Sadly, they're right next to each other before I learned to build, versus now I know how to build. It's very odd as I never planned before. Yeah, that is a hard one. Well, not saving that gold. I would say build if you have any, even if you have 5 blocks, you honestly, because then it would give you a little bit of space. You probably only need 3 blocks wide. Build an old city wall. Like make a ruined city wall so it looks like it's like old town versus new town. And then if you're like, no dude, I hate this place, like this is, then see if I would say build the city wall and then just like go the different direction, like when you're expanding in the new one. Or if you really hate it but you really like your current project, you can redo stuff. I know I always campaign against not, but who's gonna really care in your world if it's like, if you want to preserve that old stuff because you're like, yeah, look how much I've grown. I think it's a good way to do it, but I also don't think you have to save every little build ever. Does anyone forget chiseled bricks exist even if they're quite cool? Oh, with like the little circle dot thing on them. I don't think I ever use them. Maybe I'll use like 1 or 2 in a shrine if I want like a point. Chiseled nether bricks. Oh yeah, chiseled nether bricks, same thing. Maybe I'll use 1 or 2 in a design. Actually, I think in the little red village that we made, I think I used some. Yeah, Mandolin's over here campaigning for more mountains to be built. I think it's just so she doesn't have to build a mountain herself. Actually, I don't know. I've seen your world a few times, Mandolin. Have you built a mountain? I know you have that huge cave. I don't think I've ever seen a mountain. Unless that is inside of the cave is inside of a mountain that you built. What's the oldest valuable block you have, like from the first update? I started this world in 1.18, so I don't have too many ancient blocks in this world. And I don't have a world anymore that was old enough to have petrified wood slabs. Or petrified oak slabs, like some people do. But I definitely, oh, that's the chest plate. I built hills, I need to build a mountain and stop tearing down my builds. Yeah. It's a slippery slope. Not the mountain, the tearing down of old builds. The mountain's probably a little slippery too. Ow. Is netherite tools yet? Oh yeah, I guess probably the rarest thing I have is that all of my netherite tools that I have were pre-upgrade template. I believe I have an upgrade template now, but all of my netherite tools were pre-upgrade template. So I didn't have to use a single diamond outside of the... No, actually I didn't, because I bought all my pickaxes and shovels and whatnot in my toolbox from my villagers, so I actually did not spend a single diamond on making any of the netherite tools I have. Outside of probably my first set. You're gonna keep all the netherrack? Not for... We're gonna fill up 9 more shulkers, and then we're gonna call it good on netherrack from there. I saw Hytale dropped a huge update. You interested in it? It's fine, I'm not. I actually, this morning, joined the Discord for the Friends Hytale server that Grian is running. So, and the people on that server, I'm gonna jump in there sometime soon. I'm trying to figure out next time they're gonna be online. But I'm gonna try and I think we're gonna do like a restart and head over to that server and play there a bit. But that one has Gems on there, Impulse, Martin is on it, Jivik, Ollie, Skizzleman, Tango, Scar, Grian, and Jimmy, and Caesar as well. So I'm gonna jump on there soon. I don't think it's mostly just like a live stream goof around SMP, but I think as long as people are still actively playing on it, Grian's gonna keep it running. So my hope is that my Hytale experience is probably gonna be moving over to there. I'm gonna finish the house that I was making for I haven't decided if I'm actually posting a video or not of Hytale. I feel like I kind of missed the boat. I watched a lot of that server. Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, we'll see when that crew's on there next. I know Caesar's been playing on there a ton. If y'all haven't seen what he's up to, he's actually the one who edits all my shorts for me. But he also streams on Twitch. But he's been digging out the inside of a giant mountain and has dug out like 100,000 stone blocks at this point. And I think he's trying to make like the Mines of Moria or something inspired by it. And ugh. If Green is running, it's mostly going to be combat and pranks. I mean, it's just people goofing around and wanting to check out Hytale as a new game. So, you can take what you will with that. Okay, so we need to take this back. Well, I guess I already know how far back it needs to go off of what we dug there. So we're fine. Yeah, I'm excited. The automation stuff that they've been showing off is pretty cool. It does kind of, I feel like it's given room to the meme of, in the time that Hytale is going to build an entire automation system, Minecraft is going to add a flower. Which is just... It's just funny in a sad way. So, but, you know, like, I think... My guess is that everything that Hytale has been cooking up and releasing, they've actually been internally testing for months and have had in development for a long time, just half-baked, and now they're figuring out like what priority and like schedule to release it all on. So, but it is still pretty funny to think that in the time that Minecraft makes the golden dandelion, Hytale is gonna have how many updates? New to Minecraft and just curious your opinions. Do I stick out with Minecraft or switch to Hytale? I've only been playing Minecraft for a few weeks and just solo play. I would say right now they are totally different games. I think I still love Minecraft. I would say if you're more into combat and exploration, Hytale is probably a little bit more your bet, but it's also early access, so a lot is like, I think Hytale is going to be an amazing game in like 6 months. Right now, it's fun to be able to get the new releases every other week and mess around with those things and kind of learn it as it goes. But there's not a whole lot of depth to it, whereas Minecraft is something that you could put thousands of hours into if you want to, and you can still have new things to do in just different ways. So right now, if you're in it for like longevity of existing game, Minecraft is better in my opinion. And I personally still like Minecraft more than Hytale. I know the reason why I kind of am just like, well, Hytale's doing this is mostly because I want Minecraft to do more stuff, I guess. And I'm excited for Minecraft to have competition to hopefully get the dev team to be like, oh no, like we should probably be doing more stuff. Like I think the Minecraft dev team is so worried right now about losing potential players due to changing too much and the nostalgia being gone that they're playing it super safe on drops and updates and only doing little bits here to slowly move people towards a new age Minecraft. And I think they just kind of need to rip the band-aid off and be like, all right, here we go. Let's send it. This is it. But yeah, if you're into building and if you're into technical stuff, Minecraft is currently better. If you're into combat and exploration, I think there's an argument to be made that Hytale has more depth in that regard. Hytale has better dungeons than Minecraft does. But I do think like even just the mining system in Minecraft, I think is better. I don't currently enjoy the mining progression system in Hytale. I like Minecraft where you can just dig deeper and you have a chance of finding the ores, and some biomes have higher chances of having more of a certain ore. Like a mountain biome has emeralds. You can't get emeralds outside of mountain biomes. There's some others like meadows and things where you can get it. And then like you can go into a mesa and there's a higher chance of getting gold ore. Like those types of things I think are good. But when you get into Hytale, where in order to get cobalt, you have to go to the snowy biome. In order to get whatever the green one is called, you have to go to the desert. In order to get adamantite or whatever the other ones are, like you have to go to this certain biome. Like that, to me, that's not fun. That's just a chore. Especially when there's no real great fast travel systems in the game right now. And when mounts can't be tamed, so every time you get a mount, you have to chase it down to get on top of it again. Because every time you jump off your mount, it's sprinting away from you because it hates you. And it's scared. I think Minecraft needs to do a lot more with per biome or frequencies. I don't think it needs to go the route Hytale's going, but I think and I also don't want Minecraft to feel like modded Minecraft. Like, I think Minecraft needs to stay simple, but I think there's stuff that they could do to still enhance it and give more depth. Like, still have every ore spawning in pretty much every biome, but make it so that if you're seeing like, say you're in a jungle biome. Maybe there's more iron in jungle biomes. I don't know why. This random one that came to my head. Because, like, also, like, if you find a dripstone cave, there's a lot more copper in a dripstone cave than there is in any other cave. Like, dripstone caves are the best source of copper you can get in Minecraft until you find a trial chamber or make a copper farm. If you've ever been, like, trying to hunt down... Alright, we're just gonna take this over. Here. That'll be our end. Have you ever been trying to hunt down a lot of copper in early game? Just find a dripstone cave and it is everywhere. The real question, how big can you build trees in Hytale? I think Hytale trees are not good, in my current opinion. Log placement is very wonky, because it requires physics to and certain blocks to uphold the log, otherwise it'll just snap and break, which I think is just like an early game thing they're trying to fix, hopefully. Because even if you go down into a mine and like place a block next to some of the like supporting beams holding up the side of the mine for pure decoration, they just break. They'll just break and disappear, and then like everything around you shatters. And then also because you can't stand on leaves,
Pleased to meet you.
You just fall through. So your ability to build trees in Hytale is extremely limited and just way more annoying than it is in Minecraft, in my opinion. TJ, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Appreciate you. Hytale looks so bad. I downloaded a 32-bit texture pack. Or no, a 16-bit. Because isn't it? It is 32 right now. So I downloaded a 16-bit texture pack that somebody made, and it made it look a lot better. I think it's just 32-bit textures are just too realistic for a voxel-based game. It's like those realism Minecraft texture packs that just, like, even though they technically look cool, they still just look off. Because that type of a texture just does not belong on a flat face of a block.
Pleased to meet you.
Greeds, thank you so much for the 3 months. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I feel like it's a new art style for a game, so I think it's also just people getting used to it when they're so used to Minecraft and then seeing something much more high def but still voxel based. Like, I understand people being like, ew, this is different, I don't like it. The big dig. There's actually only one block thick right there. Hytale never beat Minecraft. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think they're even trying to beat each other. I think Minecraft has a lot of staying power, but their staying power also still requires constant maintenance in order for the game to stay in a healthy, sustainable place. So the staying power of Minecraft really depends on the dev team still delivering things that keep the community engaged. The gaming community in modern age, like in the gaming community of 2025, and now it's very much in 2026 already, is so quick to jump to different things because there's new games being released every single day. And if your game is, and Minecraft is kind of live service, kind of not, like with how many updates we get per year, if there's constant things being tweaked and fixed and changed and blah 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 blahs, that I don't know, would you describe Minecraft as a live service game? I guess live service I instantly assume is like, here's the battle pass and here's the season, so I guess it's not fully live service, but somewhat. You think Hytale could be a form of competition for Minecraft, and due to that, both Minecraft and Hytale can strive for improvements? Yeah, I don't think they're going to be a big competition. I think Hytale is going to be more a competition for something like Vintage Story. Just in being like a niche voxel game. Like the hype is here right now, the same as Vintage Story had hype when it did its like big 1.0 update. And like Vintage Story still has a solid community, but it's not competing with Minecraft at all. There's a few, and I think it's a lot too, is that Minecraft has so much staying power, a lot because of how many content creators are full Minecraft content creators. Like myself included, I'm part of that. But I would be curious to know what % of gaming content creators on YouTube are making Minecraft content. Or even like gaming content creators. I would say Twitch is probably less because Minecraft really lends itself to video content, I think. It can make really good stream content, but I think Minecraft, to me personally, is best viewed as video content. At least my own preference. But I think a good way that I summarize in my opinion of like this big Hytale versus Minecraft thing going on that's going on right now is very much like, if anybody has played World of Warcraft, Blizzard released classic World of Warcraft a few years ago, and now they're doing classic World of Warcraft of restarting it again and like from the first expansion. So, and then just like at a quicker pace releasing the new expansions, the same way that also like RuneScape did like old school RuneScape and all those is another example to it. But you have so many like try hard Andes, without a better term for it, that are like, no, classic World of Warcraft is the best, hardest core form of World of Warcraft ever, and it's so much better than modern because modern World of Warcraft just makes it so easy for everybody. And like they're just so vocal about that. And it's just like, okay, but like I enjoy this. And I think it's going to be kind of a very similar way for that with Hytale, of you're going to have so many people who are just like screaming into the wind about how amazing Hytale is versus Minecraft, blah, 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 blah. But then you're going to have so many people who are like, yeah, cool, that's fine, but like, I still like Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is the game that I know and love, and I still enjoy it, and I don't really care that somebody on the internet tells me that that game is better than the one that I'm actually playing. Same with like old school RuneScape versus new, of like, but like old school RuneScape came back and now I think has more players than the actual like modern RuneScape, which then like old school now has its own dev team and everything, which is cool. It's me, I'm a Minecraft fangirl who isn't leaving. I expect nothing less, Mandolin. Seems a lot of the older games have full-time corner content creators, Minecraft, RuneScape, WoW, and the ones I know are the ones I know off my head. Yeah, I mean, there's still full-time content creators playing StarCraft, because there hasn't been an RTS game as good as StarCraft since that came out. I'm not a content creator for StarCraft, but I still play StarCraft on a daily basis. I was playing StarCraft 2 last night, and I'm gonna play it again tonight. Because one of my buddies from high school and I have been queuing ladders on Hytale. It's been, or not Hytale, on StarCraft. And it's been fun. But there's still people on Twitch who average thousands of viewers playing StarCraft. And that game came out in the early that game's older than Minecraft. StarCraft 2 came out before Minecraft. And StarCraft 1 came out in the early 90s. I mean, there's also people who play Warcraft 3 as their full-time gig. Granted, they're not big content creators, but they have niche communities behind them. I feel like that's the cool thing about content creation is that if you enjoy a game, there's probably also other people out there who enjoy the game too. And it's you just have to make your content engaging to get those people in. I mean, look at how many content creators do like old school game speed runs, and where all they do is like play like Sega games speed running through them. You should stream StarCraft at least once. I think I have in the past. I would be down to do something like that. That'd probably be like a Twitch only one of just some time. I've been really into the co-op missions in StarCraft. I also feel that like StarCraft is one where like I'm locked in, dude. And the thing that makes me not really want to do it a whole lot is the fact that streaming a game like that to a Minecraft audience where so many people be like, what the heck is going on? Like going from playing the game and trying to manage all of it, especially if I'm playing in like a competitive mode, to then like trying to explain how it all works to chat, like sounds stressful to put it nicely. Didn't you join Link for a subathon with StarCraft? Yeah, I did. Kicked his butt. I need like somebody who'd be like an announcer for me and be like, this is what this unit does. I don't really care about those items. I do love that game though. I know they announced that at BlizzCon they're announcing that there's a new StarCraft title being announced. The rumors are that it's a third-person shooter, which I'm a little bummed about, but I do love just the fact that Blizzard is actually going to put more effort into the StarCraft franchise, and hopefully that's a good thing of just bringing it back in general, because oh man, I love RTS games. Great friendship there, kicked his butt. I mean, yeah, it's StarCraft. No, my buddy who I play with is way better than I am. He always has been. Like, we were both... When StarCraft 2 first came out, we played a ton. Like, I have thousands of competitive games played in StarCraft. And we were both Master League, but, like, he was top 10 in his Master League, and I was, like, top 25. Like, most times. When we were both, like, at our best, we were pretty... I would say we were pretty even, but, like, it's kind of a coin flip of who was going to win if we were playing each other. But I would say, especially now, like, he's taking the time to, like, relearn the strategies and everything, and I'm just winging it. You stay in a world for so long and not get bored. Being a content creator helps a bit, to be honest. I can't deny that part. But I just really love the process of creating this world. There's something really special about it for me, of just building a Minecraft world that I can just keep growing. I've always loved fantasy worlds, from just being able to explore them and see what's going on in all of them. And so by being able to basically create my own fantasy world here, it's really, really fun. I have a really, really good time with it. Even that in itself keeps me playing the game. Okay, we're gonna go 2 blocks and just do like a whole sweep here. Not since I started watching that I recall, been around since Enshrouded, watched the Warcraft stuff. That you never kept going. Elder Scrolls, new Civ, picks, and Ollie for Night Rain and others. It's nice seeing your strategies. Most are games I would never play, but I get to see someone I like try. Yeah, fair. Yeah, if there's new stuff, I'm like, the Civ stuff was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think there'd have to be like a new something, or like because I know back in the day, Tubbo randomly got really hooked on StarCraft, and so he was streaming it for a while, and like I was like, man, I should check that out too, because you need, like, unfortunately, like I think we could do it on Twitch and get like 100 or 200 people, but then, like, which is not nothing, like that's a good viewership wise, But it also helps if you have like other friends who are content creators as like an excuse for doing something random. Like the Night Rain thing with Ollie and Pix was all three of us are Minecraft creators who normally do Minecraft stuff together, and then, hey, look, we're doing something different. But yeah, it would be fun. It'd be fun to do something like that one day. I kind of want to see a long-term multiplayer content server with a lot of epic builds like you have in this world. There are some out there, but they still do like a seasonal format. But instead of resetting for the season, they play for like a year in an area, and then they go and move like a few thousand blocks and like leave everything behind, so they can still get like that reset vibe, but they're still in the same world. And that gives a reset on like who's running which shops and all of that stuff. And then eventually over time they're allowed to take like one shulker box with them or something, is I believe one of the servers. They're pretty small content creators, but they are out there. I feel like I would love to do stuff like that. That would be really, really fun, but I would need to like clone myself as in like my play style of people who do that, because I wouldn't want to do one where people like do your stereotypical Minecraft SMP base where you just log in and you make your little house, you make your little decoration around it, and then you're done. Like I think it would be one that would, if I were to do something like that, I feel like that's kind of what I wanted Empire's vibe to be originally. Obviously we were a seasonal thing because we didn't want it to go forever and ever and ever, and also it's just not sustainable to do it forever and ever and ever, because what if somebody wants to leave? Then is their base just left there, or does somebody else take it, and then that's weird for them and their content? Or so it's harder for from a content creator point to do that. But I know like Joel from the Spawn Chunks, Joel Duggan, he's another Twitch streamer, and he plays on, is it the Citadel? I don't know. It's whatever server that Joel plays on, where he's played on there forever, like before being a content creator. And I believe he's one of the only content creators on there. Maybe there's a few others that stream every once in a while, but they've been playing on that world together forever. Like that's basically a forever running SMP. Like he spent 4 years building a medieval city, and now I believe he's living in a mushroom island building a sci-fi base. So it's not as hard, like storylines, or not storylines, but I guess world lores like I do, where everything stays in the medieval fantasy realm. Like they still very much leave it open for people to do whatever they want. But their like plan is to keep it running forever, as far as I know. Citadel server, 7 year running. Okay, I couldn't remember. Yeah, because he has the Citadel Cafe, right? Which is his other podcast. I can't remember if that was also the server name. I don't catch his streams too often, just because it's hard with time zone wise and everything for me. But I do love hearing his little updates of like what he's got going on. Playing on a server or realm with friends is a great way to play. It definitely makes it much more fun, and you learn so much off each other. Yeah, I think it could be cool to do like the hard part is, from a content creator point, is single player worlds just, at least for me, do better views wise. And but I think that's more of like, next time I'm on an SMP, I'm gonna try really hard to do it like storyline base, how I structure my episodes, and still build in like the interaction with other people and everything, but like have them all being very intentional for like reasons to go over and do things other than just like a random drop in or something. But that all being said is yeah, I feel like it's It would be fun to, I think, to do it if we were to take like just like spitballing out there. If we were to take a lot of the people who play, I would say that play Minecraft in a really similar way to me, and you were to get like all of those folks in a room and if everybody were committed and also like full-time working on that world, you could make something really cool if you had like Barse and Germ and like people in that crowd all in there like doing everything, and then you have like planning going into it. That'd kind of be like what Realm of Aston used to be, if anybody remembers that SMP from back in the day. Because then you could, if you also got like Pixel Riffs, I feel like he would really thrive in an environment like that. But he also just loves his survival guide so much. But being able to have people who like you actually spend the time to plot out on a map like where towns and cities and things are going to go, and then how they're going to connect together and sub-regions between, and the whole goal is like build a world together. That could be cool. You feel the shulker all the way? I don't know, but we're getting more. You think you can get into PvP? I hate Minecraft PvP. I actually don't PvP much in any video game nowadays. I would say the only game... I played Highguard a little bit when that released on Monday with two of my buddies, and that was fun. I would definitely be interested in playing that some more with them. But I PvP in StarCraft, and outside of that, I don't really play any PvP video games. I've tried getting into like World of Warcraft PvP a bit. But yeah, Minecraft PvP to me is not fun. I have no fun playing Minecraft PvP. Can't PvP no matter how much I practice or parkour. I've actually gotten better at parkour. I've gotten slightly better at parkour. And mostly because I have been making more intricate builds, and so having to jump around them as I'm going. Like if I'm trying to learn parkour, I feel like I learn for that jump, not like parkour as a whole, so it doesn't help me that much. But if I take the time to like learn more just as I play the game, I do tend to find skills that fit in more types of environments, I guess. So that helps me a lot. But yeah, I've realized like a big reason why I haven't really been in MCC or anything is that like my heart rate just gets like so up there, and I'm just like sitting in my chair in my office at home, just heart rate going, and just being like, ah, and just like overwhelmed by it. Whether I'm playing an MCC or I'm playing like other just like what are supposed to be fun and relaxing video games with friends in the afternoon, playing PvP, and unless if I'm in a call with people and we're just laughing and joking and just like making jokes the entire time, like that's fun. I have a good time doing that and I don't get stressed about it, but I have a very, very easy ability to get in my head when I'm doing PvP stuff, because I'm an extremely competitive individual, even when I'm not good at things. Not in like a super negative way. Like I don't like, I'm not trash talking or anything. Like I just get really in my head about, I don't like losing. So I get pretty in my head about all that, and it just makes me like all super stressed out and everything. So I kind of tend to just not really do a whole lot of PvP stuff. Like I love StarCraft, but like I just because we've been talking about it, but I'll get into my head if I've been on like a win streak. I've got like, say I'm on like a 5 win streak or something like that, and I'll get so into my head that I just like anxiety gets there, and like I can't click the Q button for the next, because I'm like, what if I lose and I lose my streak, and I'm finally like, I got it up here and I'm doing so good now, and I'm gonna lose it, and then not good. So I've found good balances of other ways that I still like enjoy the game. Like StarCraft has their co-op missions, which are super fun. I love those things. There's just like a little short 25-30 minute thing of two people against like AI like players, and it's good. I have a dream of visualizing the world I'll eventually want to build, and while world building Minecraft can be great, it doesn't suit me. Do you have any tips on what my creative output could be? Well, like world building in like you don't enjoy building in Minecraft? Visualizing the world I'll eventually want it. I'm kind of confused on what you're saying, Jan. Like, are you asking for things to do outside of Minecraft, or are you asking for things to do in Minecraft? Because if you're looking for things to do in Minecraft that'll help with that, just look into world building scrapbooks, and then try and translate the idea of scrapbooking into building in Minecraft. That I feel like that's like, and then once you have your scrapbook down and you have your ideas in place, and by scrapbooking I mean if you have an idea in your brain, even if you suck at drawing, even if you suck at building, if you can literally just put pen to paper, blocks to super flat world, whatever analogy you want to make, if you can just do that and just get the idea down there, who cares if it's good? It's probably gonna suck, let's be honest. Even my first drafts of a lot of things are terrible, and I tear them down, and y'all don't see them because I make videos and I show you the final product. But, and we do some creative planning streams, like you'll see the whole process there. But I would say, if you want to get into world building in your world, but you're like, ooh, it doesn't suit me, like I'm assuming like that's from like a getting overwhelmed point of like not knowing where to start. For me, like the idea of scrapbooking, and I've been watching a few videos of like artists who do world building like art series, and they talk about how they get into world building from a scrapbook perspective, and like they were showing off some of their scrapbooks and things, and some of the drawings are fully fleshed out and really cool looking, and then other ones were like just a few lines that then they like scribbled out or whatever, or then they're like, usually don't scribble things out because you want that as like a, it might inspire you later. But I think just getting blocks down there and trying to bring that idea, that, I mean, that's the reason why if you look at any of the creative build plan stuff that I do, everything is just blocked out in concrete. There's no stairs, there's no slabs, it's just full concrete blocks to make the roughest of rough shapes that can trigger my brain later when I want to add more detail to it. Because the upper part of the city near the Foliage University, like back in the Dwarven district, for those who know which part I'm talking about, I put those concrete blocks down to plan out that section of the city, I think in October. They are still sitting there as concrete. I haven't touched them because I don't know what I want to do with it. And that's fine. Thank you for deciphering my bad English. Thank you for the valuable answer. Yeah, of course. Hopefully that helps. Call me crazy, but I used to make an animation series from scratch, which is alright, I guess, but that wasn't that good either. Hey, but you made it. Don't worry about making something good, just make thing. That's something that I was watching. I've been doing a lot of research for the last while, just of watching a lot of online artists, and I found a lot of these guys, like, I think one's Tyler Edlin is one of them, and he had a quote something along the lines that was kind of like, that was, don't worry about creating something bad, just create something. Like, there's like, and then there's also a few other of like, don't make something perfect from the start, just get something on the page and then go from it in there. I feel like a lot of those quotes have been things that have been helping me a lot, of just like, even if you have half an idea of what you want to do, sometimes just getting that idea down on paper can be enough to help inspire the rest of the idea, or even just getting it down. Like, even for me, like, I've been every once in a while, like when I was down on vacation, I was sketching, and I have a notebook that I was just doodling in while I was sitting on the beach a few times, just because I was like, oh, I have an idea for a build or something. Let's go trying to get this thing roughed out. Like, I'll show you one. It's not good, but it's here. It's on the page. Where is it? Oh, it's my other notebook, not this one. Yeah, it's not here. But yeah, I mean, I can show you these ones. Like, I was just doodling. I was trying to draw a tough haul for some reason, but like just a rock. All I did was make a rock. I don't know. Just the idea of just doodling, just getting something down there. And oh no, here it is. Here's the other one. This was meant to be this was my idea for the fish and ships yard that we'll have in the Cyberpunk city eventually, of just like all these like hangers on top of each other. So like this down here is, there we go, that's the way that works. That's the camera. This is like the bottom of the perimeter, so it'd be like these guys like hanging over and everything. So I mean, it's not good, it's not pretty, but it was enough to get my idea in there of something like, oh hey, this is where I want to take the thing. We'll see what we can do with it. Me having an idea at 3 a.m. that I drew while on break at work the next day. Yeah. My friends on the YouTube side, if you haven't already, please be sure to click the like button. It helps me out a ton. We got 1,200 people in here. We're at 300 likes. Is a sketch, but I have it down. Yeah. I know my dad, he was really big on, he wasn't so much of an artist, but just for like notes and things, he always had a notepad next to his bed, and if he ever like woke up in the middle of the night and like had a thought, he just wrote it down, even if it was like, oh, email blah 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 tomorrow before going into work, or whatever it might have been, like call the blah 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 about school thing. And so he just did that, so he never forgot anything. Or more so, I know for me, like I do that every once in a while. If I wake up and I have like a thought in my brain, I can't fall back asleep, like I'll just write it down. I'm like, okay, it's down. Anxiety, we can stop now. We won't forget it. The whole point of a sketch is get an idea down, as long as you understand it doesn't have to be pretty. Exactly. What's the perimeter and lore? That guy over there. Eventually, I don't know what the bottom is going to be. That part I'm having it might honestly just like leave as is, and we can call it like a trash heap or something, like just a bunch of, it kind of looks like old metals and things. But eventually when we have this come in, you can see it's going to overhang, and underneath we're going to use just pure black stone and nether brick and try and make these like old school like machines that are just like look like they're so like covered in like soot or something and shadowed by the city. And so the city's gonna kind of be like the perimeter wall around the whole thing, but hopefully we can make something cool where it looks like it's like connected all the way down to the bottom. Maybe having like a lava waterfall or something here could be kind of fun, but yeah, we'll see what that turns into when we get to it eventually. If a fourth dimension gets added, are you going to have to build another world tree in it? I feel like for my brand at this point, I gotta. I also feel like if there's a new Nether update that allows, I feel like Minecraft is going to allow for, once you get, not the Nether, the end, sorry. The Nether's fine. Nether doesn't need an update right now. But I feel like Mojang is going to cook up some way for players to, after you've been to the end once, you can create some sort of portal from your base to access the end again. But not from like the middle island. From like this portal connects you to another portal located somewhere in the end. I feel like that is, I don't know why in my brain, but I'm like, I feel like that's coming. So I think if that were to happen, I would probably build a new entry. I like the idea of the entry that we have, like the end rods for the leaves and everything, and kind of drooping down. I feel like that's fun. I just think the trunk of the tree looks like crap. But so I think I could really build a much better end tree eventually. So if there's another way to like connect your base to the end, so you don't have to go to the stronghold each time, I feel like that could be really good. Well, if you think about it, Minecraft allows you to jump from the overworld, your base in the overworld, to your base in the nether. That is, unless you decide to put them at different locations. But at least somewhat, with the nether being condensed by 8 blocks, your base in the nether, as long as your overworld base isn't just like in the middle of a basalt delta and you hate that, but like your nether base can be pretty much wherever your overworld base is, and they are connected through a portal instantly. Right now, the only way to get to the end is to fly all the way to the stronghold, whether you use a nether tunnel or to get you there faster, or you do it in the overworld. Wherever your base is, unless you also built above a stronghold, you have to fly to the stronghold. And then you have to go through the stronghold, you have to get into the end portal, and then you will always, every single time, start at the end spawn island in the middle where you fight the dragon. So that limits the ability for players to make any sort of a base in the end ever. Like ever. If you think about it, because every single time you go back to the end, you then have to fly or walk or transport somehow from the middle end island all the way to your outer end base, wherever it is that you decide to do that. So unless you can fully exist out there and never have a need to ever come back to the overworld, that's just a trek that is going to deter players from wanting to ever make a base in the end. Because let's be honest, the bleak landscape of how dark it is isn't the most inspiring thing to want to be out there for a long time. It feels like you're at nighttime the entire time you're out there. So you're going to want to see the blue skies of the overworld every once in a while. And with all of that in like taken into account, I do think that eventually they're going to add some way of connecting a portal from the overworld to a specific location in the end. I feel like that's like a need, in my opinion. In order for the end update to be a successful update, I feel like that's a need. I'm just going to get rid of this tree too, because I kind of want the wood. Random question, but do you remember Beyblades? Yeah, dude. Those are ripped. I haven't had a Beyblade in a long time, but dude, we used to have the whole kit. We had our own arena. You know, your tools getting low? Yeah, it's still a 500. Thank you, though. You seen the new Lightmatica plugin made by Ben? Nice. You almost got me. Ben seems to be responsible for so many updates and amazing things throughout the world. Did you make a world download? I have one. You can grab a world download from December through my Patreon or becoming a member on YouTube. I will not be doing a free world download though. If you'd like to explore the world yourself or just in general, I do have world tour videos available. One came out in December that goes over pretty much every little thing, very much uncut. Dude, speaking of people stealing my builds and claiming them as their own, somebody, I'm not going to name their name because they're another content creator that came across my feed last night that I was watching their video. Lord of Dark, thank you for the gift membership, my dude. Appreciate you. Miss Megan in the gift membership. Wow. But they fully copied my sheep farm that I have out by the horse racetrack. Like down to literally the entire interior and the way that the items move around with the redstone and everything. To the block. They copied it. Even with the same colors of trapdoors to get up to like the upper level and the ladders that I threw in there. If you ever need to access the top, like they copied it literally exactly and just built 3 of them next to each other. And I was like, and they were like, yeah, so I came up with the design, and I was so close to leaving a comment being like, wow, where'd you get the inspiration for that design? I was like, come on, dude, it's not even trying to hide it. Like, you didn't even change the blocks. That's literally mine. It wasn't somebody small either. They got like 20,000 subs. I should at least credit you. I mean, I don't think every build needs to be credited. I mean, if you do a block for block copy, it's nice to credit people. But also, like, I think simply just being like, yeah, so I was inspired by something I saw online for this build is like, that's what I think the minimum is. Lord of Dark, thank you so much for the membership, dude. Miss May got the sub. Rigged. I know. Miss May's here all the time, so she was just the highest individual that did not, on view time, that did not have a sub or membership. Tweak, thanks for hanging. I'm not storing these anywhere. These can go in here. You can't ask for gift subs on, or gift memberships on YouTube. They go to random people. Well, actually, they go to whoever has the highest watch time, so. But also, please never ask for a gift membership. That's incredibly rude. You're basically saying, hey, can you spend your money on me instead of me spending my own money? Kind of rude. English only in chat, please, friend. Have you tried Hytale? Yeah, we streamed it the first week that it came out. And I played it a decent amount. I probably have like 18 hours played in it. It's fun. I was saying earlier, I just got added to the Friends SMP that Grian, Jimmy, Scar, Impulse, Tango, Skiz, and all them are on. So I'll be on there soonish. Not sure when soonish is, but... Okay. I have chili going. It smells so good. Nice, nice, nice. Don't you want something warm with that warm weather? Why are you having chili food? Just a little chili joke. Once got a gift. I wasn't even on the live I was on. It was random. Where's my ender chest? Huh. Right there. To be fair, it's the warmest it's been in a week. Oh, right. You said you're like positive temperatures today, right? Pick. We got it. We got it. We got it. We're good. We're good. We're good. YouTube friends, click the like button if you haven't. We got 1,400 people in here. We got 400 likes. Lord of Dark with it again. Thank you so much, my dude. I really appreciate it. Gamer. Feels like 1. It's 15 degrees. 15 is like almost halfway to not freezing. You plan to do a modded Minecraft video soonish? I don't really enjoy modded Minecraft. I'll be honest. Misadventures is about as close to a modded Minecraft experience as I enjoy. And I do plan to be back on Misadventures soon. I know some people are planning to stream on Misadventures today, but I think Cam was one of them, and he unfortunately had some PC problems, so he could not. We go for that. I think we do. Okay. How far down do we have to go? Love to know that all that stuff I broke, I technically didn't need to. Right, I forgot. We have to go all the way down here. I'm having so much fun. I do think technically... No, that's the wrong button. Technically speaking... like, this that we're digging up now is like most of the digging. Well, I guess here, that all, even though that ends right there. I actually added a little bit more on top of it. But that needs to go out to here. And then that does need to come, technically it needs to come all the way forward to here, but that's not too bad. That's only a few blocks. Okay. Even when it's just casual mods with quality of life building and atmosphere mods. I mean, I use quality of life mods, but when people think modded Minecraft, to me, that's like roguelike dungeon, blah, 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 blah. That's create mod, that's jetpacks and Tinker's Construct and the like extra special biomes being added to your game. If it's purely stuff that just makes your game run better, I don't really consider that to be modded Minecraft. Are you adding mods to your game? Yes. But they aren't changing anything about how the game structures, I think. Lord of Dark, thank you for... Is that number 4? Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate the support. Thanks so much. What's the ceiling gonna look like in here? Eventually, I want to dig it all the way out so it's just bedrock. Because we're playing way bright right now. Normally, the Nether is this. So when you get that, you can see the bedrock up there. It looks a lot better. And my thought, I mean, ideally, if I could pick anything, we would break all the bedrock. And then we put like gray glass as like a smog layer. And then we can like extend the buildings going up further above the Nether so they can like disappear into the smog, you know? Like that could be sick. But I slightly value my sanity. And I don't think I will be breaking that much bedrock. I did see Wilds, their recent video, where they broke a ton of... Oh, I got spooky. They broke a ton of bedrock in a recent video that they did. And granted, they used like bot accounts to do it. With like multiple players sitting in different locations. And so I was like, I ain't doing that. Like that breaks away from rules that I have for this being a single player vanilla world. But I was like, there technically are some machines that you can just AFK your way through breaking bedrock. So there's more possibilities. But I still want to try that one that Pixarifs was showing off that seemed really, really easy and consistent. Have you heard of Life in the Woods mod pack? It's probably my fave and it's not overwhelming. Yeah, that kind of is like that. It seems like the better Minecraft mod pack that I played a long time ago. There are new methods for breaking bedrock that is more sane. I know there's that one with like you're basically creating like what looks like a piston engine to like lag out the game, and you can use that. Like I know that's what Pixarifs used, and that's what I was planning to use. Something like that. I want to do a stream soon where we test it out, but I don't want that to be in this next video for the Cyberpunk City. So I want to wait till we finish the Cyberpunk City and then we'll do a stream messing around with all that. Samwise the Brave. Thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. Appreciate you. It's okay, we survived. We're not dead yet. Wish I could build on the nether roof in bedrock. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't changed that yet. That's just one of those like big miss things that just like, there's unfortunately a lot of things in Minecraft when you think about it that just add confusion for new players. Because how many things are in Minecraft that only work in one version? And then also, how many players don't really know that there's two versions until you try one of those things and you're like, why isn't it working? And then you go to YouTube and you're like, oh, I was watching a redstone tutorial video from Silent Whisperer and this thing only works on Bedrock, but I bought Java Edition, so it doesn't work. Okay, I guess I need to go watch a redstone tutorial video from Logical Geek Boy. And then the amount of times that can reverse over and do the exact opposite, or just some mechanics just don't match up well. I know there's people who become like so normalized to ones being one way versus the other, so it'd be very hard to pick like who gets what. But like simple things like being able to build on the bedrock roof, like I feel like that could just come to Java Edition and probably wouldn't really cause too many issues. Are you gonna try to do an interior for the Cyberpunk city? We're gonna have some interiors. Interiors are not a goal, especially not in every building. We're gonna have some that are just random, like windows that are not frog lighted to make them appear like there's light inside. We'll have some, like I have a little corner store that we designed and built out that'll be kind of cool to see into from street level. But the plan is not to have every interior be accessible. Hey, 80s. It's a going. We started up there and we're down this far. I love Trident farms in Java. So glad we have leashed boats now. Yeah, the Trident farms are pretty cool. But I feel like Java has so many other things that you don't really need that. But the Trident farms are cool because you can just hold your sword in your hand and you get all the drops. But then also, Bedrock doesn't have sweeping edge at all, right? Because they have spam click combat versus no spam click combat, like Java has. So that's why they are allowed to keep Trident killers, because they don't have any way to efficiently farm mobs in an, like, with hitting multiple at once. So they left Trident killers in so that they could have an option. You should make a building server. I have one, again, for paid supporters. There's a creative world, there's a survival world, there's some dungeons on it that people in the community have made. It's pretty fun. That's for tier 2 members. My job is to be a YouTube content creator. My job is not to run a Minecraft server. So running a Minecraft server takes a lot of time if it's a fully public one. So I don't do that. And I have a few people in the community who are nice enough to help me manage the server as is right now. And I don't want to put any more work on them because they already do a ton to help me out. And I don't want to open the floodgates of chaos. I always forget you can move chests with piston on Bedrock because most content creators in Java, so they never use the feature. Yeah, being able to move a barrel or a chest would be really fun. Fully public servers can't really be run by a single person. Yeah, like I know Rendog. Does he still have his public server? I know Rendog used to have a really, really successful public server, like hundreds of people playing every single day. But he had a whole team of people that were managing it. If you want a fully public server, I'll quit my job. if we could somehow, but I need a salary. Yeah, but I can't provide benefits. I don't make enough to provide benefits. We could have office snacks though. That'd be the benefits. There'd be no healthcare, but like office snacks. So that's good enough. That's the same thing, right? No, it would be cool to be able to do that and like grow it into something. But I also feel like the only way you can make money off of servers is by selling some sort of microtransaction that... Oop, that's not how you elytra hop. Like, y'all might remember SB 737 is like a part owner of a Minecraft server, and he had to release like an apology video a while ago about everything that they changed because they had so many loot crates and everything on there that were technically against Minecraft terms of service, but then like he was so third party to it that at least he claimed he didn't know about it. So whether there's truth to that or not, but like that was how they were making money, was by selling loot crates that were giving people like a chance of cosmetics or diamond armor or whatever's and all that stuff. And like that was the only way that the server was able to like maintain a profit. I know they've since changed it so nothing that you can get out of a loot crate is like a... I think they just don't even have loot crates anymore. I think they moved it into being like, instead of buying a loot crate, you can now buy like packs that give you certain cosmetics instead of rolling the dice of do you get the cosmetic you want. Now you can just buy it directly. But with how many people, like, in order to run a server like that, one, if you're paying staff, if I were to do it, I would want to pay them a very, very good wage because they're going to be working hard. And so to be able to do that, you have to be making a certain amount of money off of the server or supplementing it with something else. And I don't make enough off of YouTube to be able to supplement hiring enough people to have a staff to manage a public server that could get the numbers that would potentially come from me running a public server. Like if you think about even if 1% of my audience decided to say, hey, I'm going to log on to the public server, I'm going to log on to the fWhip SMP or the fWhip server. Even if 1% of my audience of 1.7 million people, isn't that still 17,000 people? And so if you did that, and you even have 1%, like 10% of that 1% logs in every day, you're still over 1,000 people. Like active on the server, and in order to have the hardware to be able to manage that and everything, that's huge. Like that, the cost of that hardware alone would be, you would be spending probably a few grand a month on your server tech and everything like that. I no longer volunteer too many people. No thanks, I'm out. Yeah, that's why I haven't done it. People are like, oh, it'd be so simple, it'd be a fun place. Like, no, even if you took 1%, you take 1% of my audience size and put them into a Minecraft server together, that's like, you need a team of 20 to 30 people to manage that. Like we would need 5 to 10 moderators on who are doing full-time moderation things every day, all day. And you would need so many people to do it. And then you're also betting that you sustain that number of players. Because like I know Mog Swamp has his super flat SMP that is public and free access, I believe. There's like extra access you can get by being a paid supporter, but I think he averages on there, I would say they're in like the 50 to 100 average player count, if I had to guess. I haven't checked in a long time. I could be totally off on that. So like there would definitely be that initial hype, but then after a while it would definitely calm down a lot. And then like, how do you remain to be able to keep the people on board that you employed to be able to run the thing? And I don't like the idea of I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like abusing people's time and labor and all that stuff for something. When new vid? When it's ready. No, new vid's on February 12th. I actually finished recording it yesterday, but it has an ad integration into it that has a specific go live date. So we're waiting for that. A lot of servers reset frequently as well. Yeah, because that's a good way to get people to come back. So we would... I feel like if we turn the fWhip supporter server into a public server, we would lose a lot of the charm that the community in there has built up. And I feel like some of the really cool stuff is how many close friendships have come out of the supporter server. Like, if you think about it, how many people have become like... They chat every single day, whether they're in my Discord talking, or I know there's a few other Discords that have popped up due to people becoming friends through my Patreon server, that they wanted to just like have a place to hang without like everybody in there. So like a core group of friends. Like those things, I feel like when you're on a big public server, that type of stuff can't really happen as easily. It's much, much harder to be able to have that level of a relationship with other people. Friends and relationships, which is wild. Yeah. Almost the entirety of the mod team. I do feel like a mod team, though, for a content creator, like a lot of times those mod teams, I feel like, attract specific type of people, which is really fun because then the mod, and also you all can, I feel like workplace chaos bonding is definitely a thing. Like I know like a lot of old coworkers that I had, like we became good friends partially because we just really ranted about how much we hated certain work things going on. But that would be good friends. And then we went out to go get drinks after work and hang out. And like, it's different being on the mod team, but like similar situations can help people bond. I hate all the mods. They all suck. Yeah, Liz, I think the same thing. No, I like that we have a smaller environment. It's a very chill server, which I appreciate. It's enough that there's usually somebody online. It's not so crazy that there's like always like a big, like huge thing going on with it. So it's a good size for people to jump on and just have a place to play and relax and not worry about it being chaotic. Trauma bonding is so real. Yep. I missed my jump. I mean, part of being a mod team is being able to post funny messages in the mod chat about the stupid people that you ban. Okay, now it's done. Most people I've seen outside of events of like you hopping on there for tours is like 10. Yeah. We ever do a supporter server tour again? Yeah, I think that could be fun to revisit revisit at some point this year. I think that could be a fun stream. What's the stupidest reason someone's banned? Oh, dude, there's too many to count. Mostly it's just like there are so many times people say messages in chat that I'm like, that's funny, you're so funny, you can get a giggle on the way out as you get banned, but like it's still breaking a rule. Like just because it's funny doesn't mean it's okay. So we get people who get banned for all types of stuff. Or we have a few people that are returning people that don't want to speak too much on it, but there are a few people who you can tell are children, but they're like dedicated to being in the server, that every time we ban one of their accounts, they make an alt account And then they join back in on the alt account, and then they are chill for a week or two, and then slowly they start to forget that they're on the alt account and start, or they try and like get their main account unbanned. And now we just know if there's anybody who asks if X person can be unbanned, we now just know, no, you're an alt account of that person. We're just getting rid of you. But it's like every 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks or so, there's somebody that will join the Discord and be all super shy and quiet, and then suddenly just start asking the same questions that this previous person got banned for. Trying to get all this information for simple things that you can definitely find yourself if you just read through the resources channel. And then they'll suddenly start asking about like what happened to blah blah blah, when there's like never a mention of that person outside of them bringing it up. And then they'll be like, can you unban them? They're actually my friend. Like, no. It's pretty funny. It's good times. It's good times. I always do appreciate the dedication. I appreciate, like, part of me is like, you know what? I'll give you another chance. And the other part of me is like, yeah, and you're annoying little dude. By the 10th chance, I'm like, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Because they don't know any better and they just want attention. They don't know what to do to get attention, so they try and find it on the internet. Sometimes I'm always like, it's kind of sad. Like, what happened to blah blah blah? It was kind of like what are they? I feel like I can definitely get in my head about it and be like, what's going on with this person? Why do they, like, what's going on IRL that they need to keep coming back and keep just like causing chaos here? That they're just like, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Hope everything's okay. I don't like how growing a nether tree like these, this like warp the nether warp blocks. One, I wish they could turn back into nether wart. I feel like that'd be really, really cool, but it would also make nether wart so much easier to get, so it'd probably ruin nether wart farms. But it would be nice. Because you just need another tree farm. You'd never need another wart farm ever again. But it would be cool. But anyways, I don't like when you're growing trees, like whether if you're bone mealing them or something. Like this stuff gets priority over the logs. Whereas if you're growing a normal tree and it has, the logs will replace leaf blocks. But this way, because it's a full block, it won't replace them. It's kind of dumb. Pixels? What's up, Heroic Pixels? How we doing? Totally unrelated topic, but the Shroomlight block sound is just blissed my ears. I don't know how to explain it. It's fair. Perfect for a goblin. Netherwart. Everyone's favorite farm. Yeah, obviously.
Pleased to meet you.
Links Lefu. Thanks for the upgrade to tier 2 membership. Appreciate you. Join the Discord if you want to get access to the server or world downloads or all that stuff. Appreciate the support though. Thanks so much. Oh, that rocket lasted a long time. Oh, wow. just freaking beelined it into that netherrack wall. Normally, I feel like I can go into the air, electro swap real quick, and then go back, and I'm slowed down enough that I can just coast. But man, there must have been a little leg spike there or something. Because that was woo. I feel like I need to get more animated emotes. I feel like every time I see Link's animated emotes, I'm like, you have so many of them, and they're like, I need more. I'm like, I need more. More animated emotes. More power. Can you compost these? The warp. Those are nether warp blocks. Warp are in the warp wars. Please do all the animated emotes. I need to find an artist that I like, because I don't really like the whole like super, was it chibi, like the little anime looking characters. Like I feel like I'm not huge on those. I really like the few animated ones that I do have, but I worked with Oxy on those. And they did an amazing job, but they were like, I'm sorry, I can't do these. These take so much time. Just because I was the first person to ever ask them if they had done animated emotes, and they were like, I'll give it a shot. And they had said it was not a skill set that they wanted to keep going with. I know that learning curve from doing just static art to animation can be very, very big. More animation fWhip needs to be alive in chat messages. Exactly. Yeah, like those the first 6 that you posted, Heroic Pixels, those were all done by, the first 7 were all done by Oxy, and they did an awesome job. I just need to get some more. I need to find somebody who I want to work with. Oh, we got enough space for sure. I can make this jump. We'll get rid of the other trees as the land comes down. I just needed a break from netherrack. Y'all think they're ever gonna give the original logs a new sound? Or do you think nostalgia bias, they're gonna not do it? Any animated chair emoji? Just like a chair that spins or something. I kind of thought doing like a chair emote where it's like character getting up out of a chair and just walking away could be kind of funny. You still log on to Misadventures to stream, and I'm not a very consistent stream viewer. I haven't been on Misadventures to stream in quite a long time. I did log in before I went on vacation last week. I'm like halfway through recording another video. It's been a slow process. And I'm not really like trying to be super quick about it. But if you have missed the news, Misadventures crew has talked about making a revival, a second round to see if we want to really bring it back coming in mid-February. I believe February 20th is a Friday, and I think that's like the kickoff day. We've got some plans for new things that'll be happening during that time, and like how it's gonna go down. That I'm not gonna spoil, but there are plans for server events and stuff like that to try and get people re-engaged with the world. I just have some of my static emotes animated with Twitch's animation. Oh, they do that. How long can you stream the chair by itself without losing viewers? Twitch, probably 5-6 minutes. YouTube, closer to 2-3 minutes. YouTube viewers are very quick to go somewhere else. Because, like, if I go like, hey, y'all, can you click the like button over on YouTube? We're at 2,079 viewers right now. You just watch. We're going to lose a few. Oh, no. We must be getting into the TV recommended viewers because we're going up now. This too. Oh, those are kind of cool. Okay. Was like standard emote, but Twitch can add some simple animations you can play. Oh, those are cool. Okay. Huh. I'll look into that. I feel like there's a few that we could do that for. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Pierre. No worries at all. Come on in. You're not getting rid of us that easily. Hey, it got me another 16 likes on the stream. I'll take it. Can you pick which side it comes from, Miss May? Because if you can pick which angle it comes from, so it'd come from like the left side, that could be kind of cool. Or I guess I could just flip the PNG. You'd have to flip your emote. Ugh. Yeah, I can do that. It's fine. Just a chair spin. True. We have done a lot of digging today. This is our last pickaxe of the Silk Touch varietals. We are over 500,000 on the Netherrack now. We had before stream, we were not at 500,000. It's about to be round 2 of pickaxe repairing for this dig. I'm not a streamer, I have no idea. Oh, I thought you knew these things. No, it's fine. You're good. That's what Mandolin's here for. She knows everything. I won't use TNT. I don't want to risk blowing up the tree by accident. Because we're kind of covering the overhang here. I mean, I guess I could do it all the way back there. I also like digging by hand. Call me crazy. But I, been around a while. Yeah, you, oh, no, I'm kidding. Kidding. In streamer years, we're both ready to retire, let's be honest. We're both in the crowd of streamer years where it's back in my day, it was called Justin TV.
Keep it real.
Look, hey, the thumb up, guys. It looks empty. Can you click on it to make it full? Thankies. _ fWhip cozy.
Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate the tone. I'm just a baby. What? Won't you use end crystals? True. That's the real question. We got plenty of gas tiers. My count is about to turn 10. that was before doing a community account, but was doing a communities account before that. Yeah, you're almost ready for middle school. I keep the Crimson Nylium just because I never have any of it. Yeah, we'd have to play Obsidian first. Bro's a cheater. True. Yeah, if you didn't know, I hack everything I do in this game. It's all hacks. My hacks are just not enabled right now. But I'll make sure when I get recording and I'm no longer streaming, I'll enable all of my hacks. Okay, we're no longer saving Netherrack. Spawning a wither would be a perfect solution with 0 negative possibilities coming out of it whatsoever. Any thoughts when you're going to be building the Ministry of Millions? I don't know. I'll be honest, I haven't even started planning it. That is a good question, though. I wish I had an answer for you. I'm really motivated to finish Path right now, whether it's from planning in creative mode or actually getting the stuff built out. So I'm kind of like committed to that right now. What that's going to turn into video-wise, good luck figuring that out, because I don't know either. But I really want to do it. All right, we're going to make 6 of those. We're going to make 6 of those. Yeah, we're not getting... no, we will. And then we'll just drop Netherrack as we get more stuff. Actually, we won't be here that long because this pick's almost dead. How soon is the priority to build the Cyberpunk stuff here? I finished the video yesterday for my next video going live, and Cyberpunk City is next. As soon as the digging is done here, we go dig in the overworld because we need ourselves a lot of materials. We need... I think I'm going to go to a trial chamber because I need 1,000 tough bricks, so we can just get those out of there. And we also need... This is going to suck, by the way. That's 10 stacks of exposed copper chains. That's also 10 stacks of honeycomb. Just like throwing that out there. We ever build a major city in the end? I don't plan to build anything big in the end until there's an end update. I'm putting my foot in the ground. The end dimension's useless. Outside of shulkers and elytra, which I have enough of both of those. If I keep getting more shulkers, I'm only gonna make the monsters in my world larger, and I don't need to feed the monsters with more shulkers of stuff. Yeah, so Cyberpunk City, we are breaking ground on it now. It has officially begun. Cooked pork chop on a cooked whip. 10 stacks of honeycomb blocks. No, 10 stacks of honeycomb because I need to wax all of the things. What if end update needs you to kill the dragon again? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. As much as I would hate for all the obsidian pillars to respawn, if it really is something super worthwhile, because like I've mentioned, I'm just not super happy with the tree anyways. If it turns into something that like, oh no, if we spawn the dragon again, we unlock superpowers, super saiyan fWhip mode and all of that, I will definitely consider it. It just depends on what I would be missing out on. Like, is it worth ruining a build that I spent 200 hours on years ago to whatchamacallit, to like get the new thing. Like it would really depend on what's wrong with the tree in your opinion. The trunk is just really small. I think that the ratios are just off is the big thing. Okay, we need to go repair. Would you be willing to change the entry a bit? I don't know how I would change it without needing to like fully tear down the top half of it. Which that sounds awful. Yeah, we should get Wither Skellies coming in here now. The first round of this is always a little slur, but that's okay. You like the entry? I think the entry's fine. I don't know. I don't like how like bulbous, I guess it is, in the middle. I also think I wish the canopy spread out more. The canopy needs to be much wider. Too bad there's no experiences farms anywhere nearby. I know, too bad that we have to go really far to get to an experience farm. It really is a bummer that I don't have easy access to an experience farm that has any decent rates to it or anything at all inside the Nether. I'm really, really bummed that I have to manually do this stuff. Yeah, we gotta travel really far. Good thing all 4 minecart tracks are working this time. Oh no, the one on the left stopped. Oh no, it's good, it's fine, it's fine. What do you use your levels on? They don't really increase. I don't really get experience outside of repairing tools. And when you're at this level, it takes every level you gain, the amount of experience you need to gain another level keeps growing exponentially higher and higher and higher. So it's the higher your level is, the longer it takes to gain a level. So me being at this level really doesn't... It takes a lot of experience for me to get another level. And if I'm only really doing stuff like this, and all of it goes into the mended tool, I'm not really gaining much experience. We'll be here for a minute. In-game Minecraft player problems. Experience is worthless. When do you think your new Nether hub will be completed? I'm excited to see it, especially to change the cyberpunk for medieval fantasy. I'm hoping to build the entire city we have planned out so far in this next video, and I'm hoping to get it done before the end of February. It's just the grind on it is big boy. So it's gonna be a big grind to get it all done. So we'll see how long it actually takes to complete. But my hope is that it'll be done before the end of February for this section, which involves bringing my overworld portal, like my main portal and path down into the Nether main proper. And then I want to flesh out what we're doing in Tough Hall soon. and work towards building the Nether portal in Tough Hall. And then once that has its exact location there, then we'll start designing the city around bringing that down. The hard part is that for a lot of the ones that like go out to New Papyrus as an example, that's going to require a lot of building to get out to there, in terms of like a whole street needs to run out that way, like a few hundred blocks. So once we get back over, I can show y'all what I mean by that. So my plan is to get like the local portals done, like getting the cartographer villager in, getting Tough Hall in, getting path in. Easy. Those are all easy. Getting the end stronghold in, that's another easy one. Those are all really simple and close for the most part. The end one actually is going to require quite a lot of digging to get, depending on what way we want to take the road through it. But the longer ones, like the Guardian Farm, the there's actually one portal that needs to like come down from the roof like right over there. So we'll have to figure out what that's going to turn into. I think that might actually be Papyrus. Yeah. I think the one over there is Papyrus. We'll go above after I finish this. Where would your next biome to build a major city be? There's a really, really beautiful savanna near me that I want to do, but the orange coloring in the savanna, I feel like could get a little rough after time. So I haven't really fully decided. Speaking of Tough Hall, have you seen the new WoW game with decorating homes like a more... Yeah, the housing in World of Warcraft is really cool. I am not really letting myself resub to WoW, to be honest. I've spent far too much time on there in my life, and I love that game. I think like if I wasn't playing Minecraft, World of Warcraft would probably be the main game that I'm playing. But the problem for me is that game, we talked about it a little bit on Wednesday, but like I'm very much somebody who, if I get hooked on something, like I'm hooked on it, and like have a hard time like pulling away to do something else. Like ADD brain goes hard in regards to like being like, oh, I need to log off this video game and do something productive, and then like I can't get myself to actually do that. World of Warcraft 100% is like the main one that I struggle with on that. And like if you look at when like World of Warcraft expansion's releasing and my productivity as a content creator, World of Warcraft expansion release, productivity, ooh. Like expansion comes out, oh no guys, sorry I didn't get the video done this week, no upload this week, every single time. You don't think I would go with moss in a savanna? Yeah, the problem is more the grass and the leaves. The moss and all that stuff, I like the grass color in a savanna. It's more that the oak leaves in those just turn warm. I would love to like log into WoW and decorate a house and log out, but I think there's a bit of a grind with it in terms of like there's like a lumber resource you need now or something. I don't know. Hey guys, look, we gained a level. I can also put you back in there. You go there, you go there, you go there. Nope, I need that. We'll bring fWhip away with us. Okay. Now to bring our spawn privilege back into the world, we can go up to 20 chunks. Feel like made more start base in savannas than anywhere. I like savanna biomes. I think they're pretty cool, especially if you get a good savanna plateau. But anyways, in regards to that portal is going to disappear. That doesn't stay. Wow, that's a long stretch of... It's a really long stretch of... Wow, never noticed that before. No, that's the Guardian farm. Okay, so... No, this is Path. Or, sorry, this is Papyrus. Guardian farm's over there. So Path... Not Path. New Papyrus, the desert. We'll need a portal right here in this corner. Somehow, this portal needs to come down. Or we could just move that into the city proper, but I kind of like it on the outskirts of the desert. But then if we get all the way out here, this goes to the Guardian farm. This one's going to take a long time to get, because if you think over here, like it's all the way out here. I guess we could do a street that would like take you over this way somehow. Like, but I kind of want this to be a flat wall, but then we also have our blaze farm there, which is cool. So somewhere in here, we need a, maybe like through where this nether fortress is, because that's kind of an opening. We could have something where we have like a frame of a building up above and then like a lower street come through. But then we'd need to do buildings and everything across this entire way until we get to where the portal location is, which is more or less where that guy is. That's the old one for where I used to go through before I moved onto the roof. Well, you build like stalagmites hanging down from the ceiling and hide in one of those. No, I want to do like full on buildings. I want all the portals to be like inside of a building. Savannah was my number one biome to build in. It doesn't rain. Yeah, that's exactly why I like Savannah biomes too, because they don't rain. Gosh, Minecraft rain, it happens all the time, dude. Can you believe it? But the other one of note that is going to be kind of a pain is, so Tough Hall comes down to a portal that actually is like right here-ish. You're not supposed to be... Oh, they're all holding blocks. Look at them with the little blockies. Oh, what a cute little guys. We'll go kill them. Murder. Yeah, so that's going to be over here somewhere. This is for the cartography village. And that actually comes down to like right here. So that's kind of be surrounding behind the tree, which is cool. That portal back there is a mushroom island that I haven't done anything with, but it's a portal to a mushroom island. And then the other ones of note is the end portal. That one of those is the end. I never know which. I usually go through the wrong one. One's a random cave. The other one's the end portal, because I don't know why I have the other one. I'm personally really hoping it's that one, because if it's that one, that's like smack dab in the middle. That would be like in a helicopter or something. I don't know. Or one of our spaceships, our fish ships. That goes to the copper farm. And if you look at where that portal lies, oh, dude, we need to spawn proof that. We need to spawn proof all those. I'm going to do that right now. That's right here in the middle. So I'm not going to bring that down, but we're going to break the bedrock in like a circle here. So it's fine. What are you talking about, fWhip? Rain does not exist in your world. I know that was the joke. When does one ever need more than 2 to 3 elytras in single player? Dude, I just collect them. I get them when I'm out there in the world. Now, whenever I go for whatchamacallits, there's some polished granite on it. That looks coppery without spending my copper. No rain, that's sad. Yeah, there's a bug in my world when I updated to a snapshot once, and since then it has not rained. We haven't had rain in this world in close to I want to say, I think it's been over half. Oh no, I did spawn proof these. Wow, look at me, I'm so smart. Did I spawn proof those? Wow, look at me, I'm so smart. All right, I'm gonna guess that it's this portal. I think it's this one. Is this? Oh, we're at posture. Great. It is. Okay. We're breaking the other portal. It doesn't go anywhere. There's literally no reason for it to exist. You want to see where this other portal goes? I still can't tell you what it used to go to. I built this for a reason. I don't know what it is. It's years ago. I could not tell you why I made this portal. How did I not realize that you don't have rain powers of observation? Yeah, like this portal comes all the way down here. I don't know why it's here. There's absolutely no reason for it to be there. Oh, there's a mob spawner. And it's just out here. I could not tell you why I made this thing. I don't know. I think I did it by accident, but you have weather off for FPS, or is it an anomaly? No, it's actually a bug. We have a bug in the world. But the way that it bugged out was the ticks for rain comes in like whenever it rains, it randomizes between a certain integer of how many ticks. And then Minecraft game operates off of ticks, and like 20 ticks is a millisecond or something like that, by default. And so what happened in my world was that it somehow updating to a snapshot happened like right as it was supposed to rain or something, and that count, instead of going to 0 and then starting rain, somehow kept counting negative. And then when I updated to the next update, it put that negative number. It was like, ooh, that's not supposed to be there, so it fixed it, but it did like a Stack Overflow, and instead of going back to 0, it put it to the highest possible number. And so since then, for the last 2 years, it's just been slowly counting down from... Was that maybe for the gas farm? Maybe. That's really far away for it. Yeah, so it's been slowly counting down from the maximum possible integer for weather to happen in a Minecraft world. Just getting rid of these. And we're just kind of waiting for when eventually... I think somebody mathed it out, and it's supposed to be sometime later this year. Like, if we keep at my current play rate. Sometime in 2026 should be the first rain. So, sometime, hopefully by the end of this year, we will witness the first rains. That'll take a while. Yeah, I went to like 9999999999999, and it's slowly counting down. So it's not bugged, and I know how I could fix it. I've tested in a copy of the world. Literally, all I need to do is enable commands and just toggle the rain once and sleep, and then it's back to normal. And that's literally all I have to do to fix it. But the fact that it's not broken, like, I think is more fun to just wait and see if it'll fix itself, or when it'll fix itself. It's not 64-bit max int. No, Minecraft ticks can only go up to like 9,999,999 or something like that, or it's like 99 or 999, but it's not a 64-bit max int. The value doesn't go up that high. Not 999, but yeah, 2 billion, 147 million. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. All I know is that eventually it's gonna rain.
Pleased to meet you.
Milky.
3-year membership anniversary.
Thank you for the 3 years, my dude. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Why are you not using bed? Because pickaxe mines netherrack faster than a bed. Those pillows don't really do a great job of breaking blocks. New pick name equal bed. True. Is it Silk Touch or Fortune though? That's the important question. Girl, welcome on in. How we doing? Okay, I need to get all of these blobs of trees, I guess. I didn't think I needed these guys, but I guess I do. Oh, not many, just this corner. My logs. Are you AI? Yeah. Yeah, this is fWhip AI streaming today. I'm actually still in Mexico on a beach, sipping a nice pina colada. We're dead. Silk bed, obviously. The true silk sheets. I'm ashamed I didn't even think of that. I feel like it would be a fortune pick because you don't get stone, but cobble out of an explosion. True, but silk sheets. Silk sheets is a good bit. Okay, are we behind the... Alright, we need to just get rid of the top. So, like, here. I'll just get rid of the whole tree. I'll just get rid of the whole thing. I'm already here. That cobblestone bridge right there, by the way, that was from the first episode in this world. Kind of a crazy moment to be finally breaking something that was put here in the very first episode of this world 4 years ago. That was my way that I was traversing the Nether for the very first time. To be able to get over to the Nether fortress and all that and back every single time was along that cobblestone bridge because I was too scared to run through the Crimson Forest itself. I did way too much talking on stream on Wednesday, so I'm trying to not talk as much. My voice was not happy with me after the fact. Got me talking about mountains for 4 hours on Wednesday. I was too excited. You know what I really should save? Weeping vines. I never have enough of those. And shrimplights. I always want to use weeping. I have a farm for them, but they're such a pain in the butt to get. You need to encase it in glass as a museum piece, that cobblestone bridge. How about hidden behind a window of a cyberpunk building? Oh, I need to mine these out. Do I need to go up higher here? I do. Oh no, we were supposed to mine all that out too. Oh, goof. Yeah, sorry for the purple. We missed a big bit that we needed to mine. We have to go back up. Speaking of Wednesday, the barracks idea you had was really cool. Do you have any additional planning on it? I haven't done anything, no. I logged out after stream on Wednesday and went to the gym. Oh, geez. Hello. I was like, there's definitely a piece of something under this, right? No, I went to the gym, got a good swim in, swam for 1.5 miles, was pretty happy. I normally, like, before going on vacation, I was getting like a good mile in, and then was like kind of like, oh my god, I'm so done. And I was really like, I was feeling good at like a mile point, and my wife was still finishing up her workout, so I was like, I'll just keep going. I got time, why not? And so I started doing because I was getting kind of bored just lap swimming, so I started doing like trying to hold my breath for like breathing 1 time going down, 2 times coming back, so like 50 yards, and trying to do it in like 40 seconds or less. So like still high effort, and I ended up doing it the whole time and did like 8 of them and got another 400 yards in, and I was like, I feel pretty good. So I was happy. It was nice. We're gonna need a happy gas soon, unfortunately. Why'd it have to be there? That's so rude. Building mountains is good pre-workout, I guess. Yeah, who would have known? Why hike a mountain when you can build a mountain? Does that go all the way over? Oh, that is just all the way over. Okay, so we'll just go to here. Extend it out this far. That's not too bad. Breaststroke is your favorite? I wanted to be a breaststroke swimmer when I was swimming growing up, and I was pretty good at it. I was sub 1 minute on my 100 breaststroke, so I was pretty happy with that. But I found out I was just really good at distance freestyle. So my coach had me primarily in all of our distance freestyle events because we had somebody on the team who was faster than I was at breaststroke, so he put me in all the events that I would score more points for the team in, because I was the only person who was half decent at distance freestyle and didn't complain about every single second of having to do it. I still complain, just not every single second. I can't do butterfly, dude. I never got butterfly down. Also, that's my original back injury came from trying to learn butterfly more, because my coach finally was like, nope, you got to figure it out. You got to do it. Like, you're now an IM swimmer. And somehow butterfly just never clicked with my body, and I just fully screwed up my back doing it. Spent like a year in PT because of it. Super fun. Broke her back doing butterfly. Ooh, I'm so glad that didn't happen to me. I had an issue where I had a muscle that just was not being developed, like it wasn't being targeted, and it got like really injured compared, like the L5, and it just got absolutely ground down because the other muscles around it were engaging, and for some reason that one in my body just like was not. And it got to the point where it was so underdeveloped that it was just like even still today in my life, like my back gets strained and pulled super easily. Yay, high school sports giving lasting injuries for so many kids. That was actually the big reason why I swapped playing water polo. Was I realized for me that if I was sitting vertical in the water, like water polo, versus that, it didn't put that pressure on my lower back, so I was able to keep swimming. But a different sport. And then I realized that I actually enjoyed water polo a lot more than lap swimming. Other swimmers will relate. I got fed up with staring at the line at the bottom of the pool for 3 hours a day. Why do that when I can throw a ball around? Love throwing ball. I'm just a boy who likes to throw a ball around. When water polo somehow is less dangerous sport, you know something is wrong. I know, right? When you go from being an injured swimmer to the point where you're like, I can't do this anymore, to playing water polo, and you're like, I can do this. That's when you know. We went on vacation somewhere a while ago. I think it was last year or somewhere like that. We went to Turks and Caicos, which was absolutely awesome. And the place that we were staying at, they just like randomly had a water polo ball as like one of the things that you could like throw around just like while you're in the pool and everything, just for like communal stuff. And the whole trip, I was just like, anyone want to throw a ball with me? Like, anybody want to throw a ball? Like, I haven't done this in so long. Anybody want to throw a ball around? Yeah, back injuries are no joke. I feel like it's one of those. I mean, I have a friend who's she's a PT, and she like sees everything, but the amount of like seems like stuff she's like, oh yeah, back injury, or like a leg injury that turns into a back injury or something, and just like I feel like there needs to be more emphasis on recovery in younger athletes. Just so many people are like, oh, they're young, they'll be fine, they'll recover, they'll be better tomorrow. So nobody really teaches about like cooling down and proper stretching and all that. They're just like, okay, go through the motions. And the amount that every sport needs people to just develop core strength, insane. Dude, Owen, we got a lax bro in the chat. Heck yeah, lax bros. Some of my fraternity brothers were really into lacrosse. And like, I had a few friends in high school that were also, and I was close to checking it out. I don't think it was for me though. I'm not coordinated enough on land. I can play pickleball without getting laid out on the court by myself. That's about it. Working up to competitive level in any sport is key. Tore my Achilles in 2023 from lack of conditioning. Yeah. Yeah, no matter how good you are at something, even if you take like, I remember my coach would always say, for every like 3 days you take off, you need a day to get back to where you were. I don't know how much truth was in that, but probably mostly from like he would always say that in swimming to make sure that we didn't skip practice or anything. It's like, if you take 2 days off in a row, you're basically having to do a whole day of makeup work to get back to where you were. Doesn't matter how hard you push it when you come back. Just to try and make sure that we didn't skip practice, I think. But there definitely is like just like that consistency of like very much that like body in motion stays in motion idea that is said a lot. Very, very true with sports. Okay. There's another section torn down. Now that that's all caught up. That should be... Oh, no. It needs to go higher. Well, actually, not that much. Just needs that wall to get back one. Ready for this? Ready for this? Ready for this? Super elite play right here. Oh, I'm so good at this game, dude. I'm an absolute gamer. This is my first time seeing the Nether tree. It's pretty awesome. Gonna have to go back and watch that video. Yeah, it looks even better when you have the actual lower brightness on. It looks so good, but everything else is so dark. So for y'all's sake, I turned the brightness up on stream. YouTube friends, click the like button if you haven't already. We got 3,000 people in here. We're at 600 likes right now. We really need the fWhip Lightmatica tech. What do you want to know about Lightmatica? If you're asking for settings, dude, I've had the same settings in Lightmatica for years. I have no idea what I've changed. At this point, I couldn't even tell you. Every single time I make a new instance, I just copy paste my old options folder and hope that it still works. And so far, it hasn't failed me yet. He clicks the like button again. How dare you unlike the stream? I'm kidding. There's an interesting new update in Minecraft. Can you upload a new update into your entire Minecraft world? What do you... I see you make comments a lot on the channel, and I have no idea what your questions are. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're trying to say. How long have we been live? Almost 3 hours? Okay. I think I'm wrong, but I vaguely remember you talking about expanding the Giga Tree and the Nether Tree. Is that true? If so, are you planning something? I don't plan to expand the Nether Tree itself. I really like the ratios it has. The Giga Tree and the Overworld, I would love to expand the canopy further. The problem with expanding the canopy further is the last time I did it, how many azalea leaves do we have placed now? We're at 81,000 azalea leaves placed, and I'm pretty sure the last time I expanded it to make a noticeable difference, I'm pretty sure that was close to 40,000 azalea leaves, because there's already 30,000 on there. So if we were to expand it again in a way that's noticeable again, I would need to do another 40 to 50,000 azalea leaves just on the tree alone. And that, to me, does not seem worth it. Like, the amount of time for just, like, a little bit of a change of result in it. What I would love to do, though, is I think fix the upper canopy. I think it's a little flat on top. I think that could be where we, like, put all of the focus in. So maybe it wouldn't be as big. But the top just has a weird, like, bare spot in the middle across, like, the big branch that would need to be filled in. I just popped into an older world and really disliked my build placements. Do you have any regrets in your current world? The only really like regret I have is how skinny I made the pathways and like roads that I was doing in the early days. They're like 2 blocks wide, and I wish I made them like 3 to 5 blocks wide instead of just like 2 to 3 blocks wide, because even some of them are impossible to get down on a horse without like getting caught on a fence or something. And Jan, welcome on in. Welcome back. But as far as like build placements and things, no, I feel like Minecraft, my eras usually involve with like completing a project, or at least before I start building somewhere, I have a rough idea if I want to do anything else around it. So I kind of plan for and talk and think through that a little bit in advance. So like, there's some buildings that are kind of awkwardly placed, but to me it almost becomes like a challenge of how can I make this work, instead of really like a oh no, this sucks. So I don't really tend to mind it too much if things are in not ideal spots. It gives some naturalism to the world, I guess. But I know it can be annoying at times too. Are you a Seahawks fan? Heck yeah, go Hawks. God, I was so stressed watching that last game. Oh. When they had the taunting call into an instant touchdown, a Hail Mary pass on the next play. Oh my God, dude, my heart rate. I was like, oh my God, no. Just after the absolute stomp down of the 49ers the week before into that, I was like, no. Yeah, pickaxe is fine for a few. I'll change it out in a sec. Hawks back in the Super Bowl, though, against the stupid Pats. No, I'm kidding. Not all Pats are stupid. Just the Patriots. What? No, I'm not like a... I'm a Seattle sports fan, and I'll rally behind any Seattle sports team that ends up like I will happily watch a game of any Seattle sports team, and especially when they start getting into the playoffs and stuff. I love getting swept up in like the city pride of all of that. Like I have a lot of fun with that. So like when the Mariners were making their run, like I was watching all the games and everything there, and then like meeting up with friends to watch the games and blah 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 blah. It's like just having a ton of fun with that. And we have a friend who's like really into football. Like he knows all the stats of everything, and so they hosted the last few games at their house. Just like everybody come on over, bring food, bring BYOB, and have a good time. And so like they're doing a Super Bowl party, and now that like Seahawks are there, like everybody's super excited, even more so. And so I get involved with it from that front, but like I would love to go to games, but they're so expensive now, dude. I remember going in high school and like getting a decent seat, like lower level, but near one of the end zones for like $100, maybe $150, and now those are like $500 to get a seat there. And then on top of that, like a beer, granted it's a tall boy, but still is like $25 or like $20. It's closer to 25 if you leave a tip at all. And that like you can't, you're like a few $100 a person to get into the stadium now, especially now with the championship games and everything going on. Like I know people for the NFC championship, like for nosebleed seats, like top of the bleachers, were dropping like $800-900. Which is just, oh my gosh, that's so much money just to be in the stadium. But that was a really cool game to be in the stadium for. I don't like the Hawks, but please beat the Pats. We'll do our best, Liz. We'll do our best. I'll be cheering them on, don't worry. I do the same thing just with hockey / Winter Olympics. I've been keeping up with the Kraken a lot more this year. We went to a game earlier in the season, which was really fun. The one against Colorado in Seattle. But yeah, anytime the Olympics roll around, I always joke, I'm like, that's the only time that I'm like, woo, go America, go US. Like I I get in on the Olympics. Like I'll watch the most random Olympic sports going on, dude, and I'm having a great time, and I'm like, go USA, go USA. Like I'm like, that's the only time you'll ever hear me chanting USA, USA, USA. But like I will rally behind a sports team. Just seeing people, just anybody who makes it to the Olympics, even if you just make it to the trials or anything like that, the amount of dedication and just like the amount of like yourself that you have to put in, the effort and all that just to make it that far, it's just so impressive. Yeah, Winter Olympics start right after the Super Bowl, or is the... I can't remember. I know the Super Bowl is the weekend before Valentine's Day. So not this weekend, but next weekend, right? Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure Winter Olympics are like right after that. I don't know if y'all, for the big football fans out there, saw that the Super Bowl next year was already released and it's on Valentine's Day. That's going to make some interesting conversations for people. Sorry, honey, canceling Valentine's plans, but the team made it to the Super Bowl this year, so I gotta go support. I've never been more scared to be like an American fan when we went up to the Winter Olympics that were in Vancouver back in the, like, was that 08? Something like that? 2008, I think. We were there walking. We unfortunately didn't go to any of the hockey games. I would have loved to, like, looking back on it, that would have been so fun to be able to see those. But that was the year that Canada and the US were playing each other for gold. And I've never been more scared walking around in Canada than when Canada won that game. Well, and we had just come from speed skating. It was like one of the last times. I think Apollo Ono was still competing then, or maybe that was the first one he wasn't in. I can't exactly remember. But like legendary speed skater from Washington. Anyways, we were walking around with our US gear on, just like in all the crowds and everything. And we just see like these mobs of just happy Canadians who won the game, just going down the street, just causing chaos everywhere. And my mom looked at me, my brother and I were like, how about we all just flip our hoodies inside out? So like all of our American gear, we just like the USA, Team USA stuff, we just like flipped it inside out and just kept walking. And we're just like, we're just gonna not have that out right now. Mobs of happy Canadians. Dude, nobody's more ferocious than a Canadian who wins a hockey match. Tell me I'm wrong. All I remember was like watching the news the next day, the little local news, just so we were watching before we went to the next event that we were doing, and all they were talking about were like, so what's the theory of, do you think if Canada lost the game, the city would have had more destruction or less destruction? And both news anchors decided that if Canada lost the game, there would have been less destruction. But I remember it was something like 15 cars were totaled and like flipped over by happy fans that were like leaving the stadium. Just cars that were parked along the street just got just like flipped over because people were so like, wah! As a Vancouverite who was 4 years old at the time, I apologize for our pride. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's like, it's a cool memory. And I remember like we like caught part of the game by being in like a restaurant around when it was happening. So like it was fun to be able to like be there for some of it, but yeah. Right, we dug this line out. That's where we need to take everything. Canadians like their hockey though. I get it. The more I like was not super involved in hockey. I was always like, hockey's pretty cool. But I was never really like super involved in it. And now that I've been learning more about it just from friends and family who are pretty interested in it. It's a cool sport. I don't think I'll ever play it. I don't think I got the coordination to be on skates. But it's a very cool sport. I think hockey games are more fun to watch than like a football game. I think American football is pretty cool, but like the amount of downtime in all of it is that it just like absurd to me. Because like the game against the, granted we won, but the last Seahawks game against, God, who are we against? The Rams. It was like, oh, if the timer just gets under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter and the Seahawks still have the ball, the game's over because they can just spend the clock out. I'm like, I get the strategy behind that, but I remember reading something a while ago that was like the amount of time that like in an NFL football game that the ball is actually in play versus how much of the clock is just like ticking down in between plays and stuff. It's like, that's kind of nuts. Like there's so much of the time in a football game that it's just like spent with the clock ticking down and nobody's actually doing anything. Which I mean, I get like it's a very high intensity sport, so you need that. They need that little breather time and everything, but I feel like with 80 people on a team, you could do the sets like hockey does the sets where you're coming in, like you take a break, you go back in, you take a break. Football is a good background thing. I feel like, yeah. I feel like soccer for me is also a good background thing, like partial attention, because there's so much like setup time and all of it. That's kind of nice to have it as like a more background thing for me, I guess. And Jan, thanks for hanging. You have a good one. We already filled all those. I guess I could have just condensed those. Good thing we filled up 5 slots to get 5 of those back. Real important. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Trying to save as much of the crimson stuff as we can, because I think it could be kind of fun to have on hand for decorating. I always kind of forget it's a block. I wish it worked like Podzol, where Podzol, when you put a block on top of it, doesn't just turn into dirt or something, because it'll keep that little lip. Like, I wish the crimson stuff worked like that too. I feel like it'd be super usable in that way. I did hear that there's new rules coming into curling this year for the Winter Olympics. Or not new rules, but like new techniques. And apparently it's going to really change up the game of curling. And curling was one of those a few Olympics ago that I just randomly was like, I'm going to learn about this. And ended up watching like almost all of it. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for curling. Let's go. Nylia makes for great rugs with leaf debris or glow lichen. Yeah. I just wish you could do it to have that like line in the side of a building. Same way you can use podzol to be like, here's like a weird, dirty grout line or something in the side of a brown building. Okay. We have so many layers left to dig. What level are we at? 90? Ugh. Well, the middle doesn't have to be like fully dug. Actually, yeah, so we do have to. I was like, how far until I'm behind the building? Nope, we gotta keep, we gotta do this whole chunk. This is the big dig. This is the big one. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be like 2 more rounds of pickaxe repairs. No. Our leaf is finally here. Be careful on that edge, but we should be. Oh, because I'm going 4 blocks down. Oopsies. I don't really know why I dug this out back here, but I did at some point. I think I dug this out when I was making the tree, because I think I don't know. I think I had something that I needed netherrack for, and I was like, I'll just grab some right here. It's probably to pillar around or something like that. Diamond City Radio, isn't that from a video game? Excuse me. My nose has been so stuffy since I've gone back home. I've been sneezing all week. Ugh. Oh, you know, I haven't fully finished designing a few parts of the cyberpunk city. Probably need to do that before I start resource gathering. Because otherwise I'm going to be gathering a lot of concrete I don't need. Fallout 4 radio station? No. I've not played all the way through Fallout 4. Kind of lost my attention. I just don't enjoy the world of Fallout. Post-apocalyptic to me just does not care. That like wasteland explorer vibe. After a while, I'm like, it's fun at first, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm on to something else. Medieval fantasy, dude, I'm locked in forever and ever. Even like, I was very surprised at how much I love Cyberpunk 2077. I was very, very surprised at how much I love that. Post-vacation cold. I think I might have got a little something on the flight back. But I don't know. There was somebody who, unfortunately, on one of the legs of the flight, got sick in front of us on takeoff. And they did not take their sick bag back to go and get rid of it in like the bathroom or something. They just held on to it in their seat the entire time, and it smelled so bad on the flight, dude. Where'd you go on vacation? We went down to Mexico. Found some sunshine in Mexico for a week with the fam. I'm with my mom and stepdad and brother, stepsister, and whatever. It was a good time. A lot of good food, a lot of good hangs. It's fun to have a family vacation with. I'm pretty lucky. My whole family on all sides gets along pretty well. But we've had some people be like, "You went on a family vacation and it was fun?" I'm like, "Yeah, we enjoy hanging out with each other." Alright, we're almost through this layer. I think the pickaxe can make it. Yeah, it should be fine. There we go. Is this the line? The line! No! Well, at least we have more open air space pretty close down below where we are right now. Ooh, that is tempting to get rid of. Tempting, tempting, tempting. No, it's gonna have to wait till next time. At least I think most, minus this whole disgusting section here that needs to come all the way out. I think most of, yeah, because we're even clearing farther than I actually need to. But I think most of the rough part of the dig is gone, except, yeah, because like all of this just needs to be air. And then, like, technically, nah, we're just going to keep clearing this whole thing down. Because I'm going to want to stack these buildings up. I mean, we might start cutting in a little bit closer here and only going back to, like, only in front of these buildings. Because we don't need all of this, like, empty space behind. All of that did not actually need to be torn out. So we'll keep, like, clearing this box. And then we'll probably bring this forward to like there so we can save ourselves some time. We'll take this down consistent to a little bit further. I'm not too sure where it's going to go. But then we'll bring it all the way out here. So we can clean up a lot. And then once we get down to like this right here, that whole thing, and then we'll have to burrow. Oh, geez, sorry. We'll have to burrow that all the way through to this side. That whole like... all of that needs to go. Is that not? I think there's supposed to be a wall here. Did I not save that? I might need to go double check that schematic actually has the thing in it. The tree has been oxidizing. It has, yeah. We've been in here long enough that the little tendrils are starting to get all oxidized. I think I want to move it back to the orange. But you can't really tell here, and that like subtle green pop is kind of cool. So we're going to leave it. Until the city's done, I'm just going to let it oxidize. I think what I need to do is just bring a happy ghast in the Nether and make their entire life miserable as they finally escape the Nether, only to be brought back, you know? But when we do that, we can have the happy ghast to be able to go up and down and build up and down more easily on. I feel like it's actually going to be a pretty good use case for a happy gas out here that, unlike, whoa. I feel like in Overworld, I actually did find a use case for one yesterday that I kind of was like, I wish I had a happy gas right now. Never caught myself saying that before, but I did yesterday, of building a tall interior space where the outside of the building's already done and you're trying to decorate with like a ceiling arching in over you. Happy gas, pretty clutch for that, trying to decorate ceiling spaces. Tree still slaps either color, it's a beautiful shape. Thank you. Yeah, I like how this one came out. I think it's a pretty good job, and I like the canopy having like a good glow to it. I don't normally put full light source blocks in a canopy like this. I don't normally love the look of just that, like, oh, there's that dot, 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 dot where the light sources come from. But I think it works out pretty well here. Definitely sounds it's worth it for a vertical build in the hard parts. Yeah, thankfully with Lightmatica, like, that helps a lot. With making that a bit easier without it being like too crazy chaos all over the place. But yeah, if you're just kind of winging it and going, or you're like building and then coming back to texture, that's like the big use case for Happy Gas, I think. But my friends, that's gonna do it today. We have copper chains now that can be more subtle. Yeah, I like the lightning rods. I don't plan to tear them out. You're doing an interior? I was. Yeah, I know. Spooky scary. Thank you so very much for hanging today. I really do appreciate it. We'll go find somebody to drop a raid to over on the Twitch. See what's going on over there. And I really appreciate y'all. Who all do I know that is live playing mining and crafting right now? God, Mog is still going on a subathon? That's rough, dude. That's rough. 13 days. Who can I... Sorry, I'm trying to find somebody to raid. Yeah, Sin's live. Let's go raid Sin. We haven't raided them in a long time. Oh, no, they're AFK right now. Never mind, not raiding them. Oh, I just closed the tab. Oopsies. Same category. I always like to raid somebody who's in the Minecraft space. Mog. Y'all want Mog? We can go raid Mog. We'll go send a raid over to Mog. He's doing digging stuff too. This is perfect. We dug here and you can go watch him dig there. My friends, thank you so much for being here. YouTube friends, you can jump in on the raid and go over to Mog Swamp's channel, either on YouTube or Twitch. He's probably live on both. But that, my friends, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye. Subscribe to the YouTube if you have not already. It helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate it. Okay, bye.